G'day guys, so today we are talking about the linear chest press. I really rate this exercise. I think it's a fantastic exercise, as more so as an accessory. So I would do my big heavy benches and potentially dumbbell presses pre this, but then very much dive straight into this exercise. I just think it, you can light up your chest like no tomorrow. I probably rate it a great deal more than I would say a seated chest press, although they're right up there as well. But yes, very overlooked and underrated exercise, however well worth your time. How are we going to go about doing this exercise? We would set up the exact same way we would do a bench press, a dumbbell chest press. However, the best thing about this is that it's probably not going to be too taxing on the shoulders or the rotator cuff muscles, so your stability is probably not, because you need large amounts of stability through your rotator cuff muscles in order to balance dumbbells and or barbell. You don't need that here, obviously, because it is fixed and you're moving in the same linear pattern. That doesn't mean that we're not going to use the same type of principles in order to move this weight from point A to point B. So let's talk about setup. Number one is we want to create thoracic extension and we want to create a flat back. Now what we know is that in order to create a flat back, we want to create stability through our shoulder blades and we are looking to pull our shoulder blades back and down. Now this is a very big over exaggeration, but our shoulder blades sit like this on our back. What we are looking to do with our lats is pull them back and down so that we create a flat back like this and a nice stable place to push from. Okay, much easier to push from a flat surface than it is a round surface. Okay, so that being said, how do we start thoracic extension? We're actually going to start at our feet because our posterior chain is all one big chain as stated, and we can start by placing our feet underneath our backside when we lay down. So when I'm in this position here, I'm actually looking to push my feet underneath my backside and kind of squeeze my glutes on a little bit in order to create stability. Now, we can go flat foot or we can go slightly on our toes. It doesn't really matter. We're not in a competition bench press at the moment. If your lower back does tend to seize up and feel a bit bunched up, then just go a flat foot, relieve that pressure. But if you can get in that full extension, then I do suggest you do it, because the more we can promote our chest, the more chest activation we're going to get out of this exercise. And because it's not connected, we actually can get a full range of motion down nice and low, which is a fantastic added benefit for us. So again, we're going to come in and under. If your lower back is bound up, go flat foot. If not, place your feet underneath. Now we're going to look to pull our shoulder blades back and down. Because we can do this a handful of ways. We can actually grab our hands and move ourselves around, so we create a flat back like so. I would suggest doing that. However, the way you get this up is that you actually use your foot to get it down, and you might find that you'll lose position. So I would keep a foot on first. I would then set my shoulder blades, and then from here, press, foot down. Okay, so I'm in position. Now we can create what we call a leg drive, especially on the last few reps, by simply driving these heels down. If you're flat footed, then just try and push the world away through your feet. But we'll get to those in the last couple of reps. Now, the line of push that we're looking for here is, you can see that when I am down at my lowest point there, that my arms are probably a little bit too high. So I'm looking to take this, just like I would a bench press, to the highest point of my chest. Unfortunately with this one, you can see that the headrest tilts slightly up. Now I'm not really worried too much about what happens, this is going to sound silly, but what happens with your head position, whether or not it's slightly tilted down and your chin's touching your chest, that's fine. But it's more about the shoulder blades being pinned back and down and you traveling in the right range. So if that means that you have to slightly go chin to chest, that's fine. Also, with your hand position, what I want you to do is create what we call a bull grip. A bull grip is, so normally when we come up and we have the dumbbell or the barbell in our hand, you can see that the weight, if we hold it normally, the weight will push down and create load through this joint, and we become we become dependent on this joint and how much flexibility and range we have in this joint. What we want to do is slightly turn our hand so that this joint is a lot straighter and there isn't as much tension going through this particular joint. So we'll go again. Again, here you can see that when I press up as well, that all the force is traveling through this wrist and pushing up like that. If we can turn our hand like this and think that the handle is going to go between my forefinger and my thumb, then we can create what we'll call a bull grip, and then as we press up, it's going to be as if we're punching the air, and this wrist is going to be a lot straighter. So let's go up again, bull grip, and with the bull grip too, I'm looking to touch my middle finger with my thumb, and that's going to feel really comfortable, and then I'm just going to kind of wedge out my index finger in. So again, feet, or we'll start with our shoulders. We're going to pin that back and down. We're going to place one foot under, grab a hold of our bull grip. Okay, set, and then press, lock in, hopefully, well not hopefully, we should be aligned with the highest point of our chest, otherwise slightly move around. And we're going to come down, and when we're coming down, we're going to think about pulling our hands apart, so taking them apart in order to create tension and stability through the chest. So pulling apart, down, and press. Now that shouldn't be there, but down, press, and that there is how we want to go about executing this lift, and you'll find your chest will come absolutely alive because we're not so dependent on the stability factor. We're just able to press through the line. With our hands being pulled apart, you're going to create loads of tension through our working pecs, and we're going to get a lot of bang for our buck out of this exercise, and we could potentially use this to take us above and beyond what our normal, say, dumbbell press is, or our bench press is. So fantastic accessory movement. Potentially even if you might have a niggling shoulder, could be a really good alternative exercise to activate your chest and get a lot out of it. So that there, team, is the linear chest press.